All right, I'm gonna try a new video. Is this filming? Yeah, I'm gonna try a new video idea. I'm just gonna sit here and film this while I'm cooking, and see if I get anything out of it. Um, and basically, I'm just gonna sit here and talk to myself like a fucking weirdo, and basically all my thoughts that are in my head, and act like there's someone here listening to me while I cook myself a sandwich. Oh, that's too much butter. And then hopefully I can edit it and make a half decent video. You know what I've been thinking about a lot lately is that like this has been a lot as I get older. Like I know I'm only 27 and I feel like there's a lot of times where I talk about like, oh, like as I'm getting older and I'm like, I'm young. Like honestly, I'm still young. But like there's a lot of times that just I think it's partly just because I'm very aware of age. Maybe not more aware of age, but I think about it a lot. And maybe it's my like OCD and obsession with death, or maybe it's the fact that I deal with so many clients and they're like most of my clients are older than me, so I think about this stuff a lot. But like it's so funny because when I was like, I remember being younger and hearing everybody talking about that, like, oh, like your brain doesn't fully develop until you're 25, and like I always thought that was dumb. Like I didn't get it because at like 22, 23, 24, I felt like I was relatively smart and mature for my age, which like I might have been, but like honestly, as I turned 25, 26, it was like, oh shit, that, yep, that's true. That's a real thing. You actually don't develop. Like, my brain now is way different. I'm thinking a lot more about the future and like getting married and kids and all that shit compared to when I was younger. And like, I was still thinking about a lot more. Like, I wasn't thinking about just like drinking shit like a lot of people that are younger do. But yeah, it's crazy. Anyways, no, I've been thinking about it a lot. Like, just the ebbs and flows of aging. Like, it's fucking crazy to me when I think about it. Like, I'm 27 now, and I started in the gym when I was shit, like 14, 15. It had been 2014. I was playing. It was when I was started playing football in grade 10. That's when I started the gym because I was like, I like this game. I want to do this long term. So I probably need to grow some muscles, and also, you know, girls and shit like that. So I was like, big arms are cool. Big arms look good. And so, yeah, I started going to the gym a fuck ton. And by the time I was in grade 12, there's just a bunch of younger guys that were coming to the gym, and they're like, what the fuck do we do? And I was like, here, let me show you, because I've been going to the gym a whole bunch. And if I'm not here, I'm probably either working on football stuff or um, watching videos to learn what to do at the gym. And honestly, like, as dumb, there's a lot of dumb shit that I was doing that, like, at that point, my form was off, shit like that. Different things that I would have done then if I was like making decisions now. You know what I mean? Which I think is a good thing because like I think it's a bad thing if you look back and it's like, yeah, like I did everything right. Because I think that there's like we're all going to make mistakes, we're all going to mess up. But I think if you're just like, yeah, like I did that, like there's acceptance of what you did wrong, and like accepting that like that's kind of your life and that you did that. But there's also just acknowledging that like, hey, I could have done that better, right? Um, Also, as I'm filming this, I kind of feel shitty because like I'm trying to be doing like I'm trying to. I'm not gonna lie. I want a lot of followers on social media, and like all these people that I follow have these like pristine kitchens and like perfect filming, and like I don't. This house was built in like the 40s, and it wasn't built for people filming themselves and doing this shit. Crazy, right? Um, so it doesn't look as pretty as everybody else's, which is tough. But that's life, right? Um, where did I start with this? I was talking about like as you get older, dude. I'm losing track of my thoughts. Oh, like the ebbs and flows. Like yeah, so I started working out when I was like like in 2014, and it's 2026 now, which is crazy. And there's a part of me that's like, man, I should be in so much better shape. But also, like, I recognize that there have been ebbs and flows, right? Half to Gracie, half to me. There's been ebbs and flows. That's the real part of it. Where, like, not all of that, I guess it's 11 and a half years, has been just focused on working out. Like, I played football from 2014 till 2018, 2019, 2019 as part of that. So there was a lot of time where, like, when I was younger, I didn't work out in season as much as I probably should have. That being said, it was hard to find time to. Not making excuses. That's just life. But man, like, yeah, it's been ebbs and flows, and like I talk about it a lot, but like I struggle with my mental health. Like I deal with depression, anxiety, and like the people that don't go through that, I think, don't realize and recognize how legitimately hard it is to get yourself to get out of bed and like do anything, let alone do something good for your health. Like, I remember I was told I was supposed to get my wisdom teeth out like back in like 2017, 2018 when I was working at Greenland and I was getting benefits, which like would have been nice because I wouldn't have had to pay anything for it at that point. But like, dog, I was not in a healthy mental state. It would have been 2018 because I was in a really bad space. So like the idea of doing a surgery that I didn't necessarily need at that point was like, no, I'm good. That takes time. Then I'm like, can't do anything. And at that point, I think I'd gotten back into the gym because there was a while where I didn't go to work out because I was like, I don't give a shit about myself. Why be healthy? And yeah, like, so yeah, like, and so I remember. So then a couple years later, I was actually getting my wisdom teeth out. A few ways, like 2022, I was actually getting them out, and they're like, man, like you should have done this earlier. Blah blah blah. Like your teeth move now, and it's like, yeah, that's shitty, but like, I might have actually said this, but they're like, oh, you should have done this earlier. Like, why didn't you get this earlier? And I'm like, honestly, like, when they told me that I should get these out immediately, like, I didn't want to be alive. So at that point, what does it matter? And like, I think that's real. Like, going to the gym when you're depressed, you feel shitty. Like, it feels pretty much impossible. Like, it's so hard. And like, for those that are athletes, I should do this on camera. For those the people that are athletes or were athletes, like, you know that when you're playing sports and you're practicing like 4 to 5 times a week, you can damn near eat whatever you want. Like, dude, when I was playing Huskies and we were practicing 5 days a week and you were like fucking like running around all the time, I would go home, I would eat whatever I wanted. I'd start the season like 260, eat whatever I want all season. Like, I'd get home, I'd eat a supper, and then I'd chill in bed like with a banana, just dipping it into peanut butter. And I'd finish off like a quarter to a third of a jar of peanut butter in a night. And like, so many calories. Like, looking back at it, knowing the servings and everything now, like, so many calories. But like, I still finished the season at like 240, something like that, because you just can't eat enough calories to keep up with how much you're fucking moving and how much you're expending. And like, so going from that where you just like, you eat whatever you wanted, like, and all the sugar and like everything, dude, to all of a sudden you're like getting older and so like things are changing and then you're not moving as much, and like I work a full-time job where I'm with clients and like yes, I'm in a gym so I'm moving, but like it's not the same, dude. Um Learning to eat with when you're changing like that is fucking hard, dude. Like it's so different. And I think a lot of people don't recognize that enough. Like, dude, if I was to go back and like talk to my younger self, there's so many things I would tell myself, and like things about that, dude. Like, don't like let's work on healthy eating habits now. It's like I'm not a big fan of fruit. I'm like I'll eat vegetables, but like if they're not cut up, I'm probably not eating them. Like there's a lot of stuff like that where it's just like she needs to be prepped, and yeah, like it needs to be done. And like I'm working on it now, and I'm really working on like I'm not in the best shape of my life. I'm not. 2022, dog, I was jacked. I was in such a good point. But like I'm not now, and I'm working on it. I'm far from it. You can see it. Oh, fucking everybody in the comments tells me about it. I get it. I'm a fat personal trainer. But like I'm working on it. But like I'm not working on it to the point where like I want to just fucking like drop 30 pounds right now, cuz trust me, like when I got was in 2022 when I got in really good shape, like there was some weight that I dropped quicker than I should have, and it wasn't in the healthiest way. It wasn't in like a super unhealthy way that affected me long term, but like it was in a way where like I got finished and like I ate everything, and like the last 10 pounds that I lost came back on pretty much immediately. And then I got in a relationship, and things change at that point, and you get that bit of relationship weight. It is what it is. But like truly now, like my motivation has kind of changed because it's not just, as I've said multiple times, like I'm 27, and also this one's spicier than I wanted, but like the flavor town sauce, so good. Like the other one that's like the same color, I can't remember what it is. Um, this one's not bad either. Frig sandwich is so good. But anyways, like it's not just about me at this point. Like when I lost the weight the first time, it was easy to feel motivated because I was a young guy who could go on Tinder and be like, there's hot chicks. I'm horny. Like, let's make sure I look good so that girls want me. It was that easy to find motivation. Now there's a lot more like looking to the future where it's like, oh, I have a girl that is marrying me. So like I need to look good for her. But like again, she's gonna love me either way. So like it makes it a little bit easier. But like I need to look good for her. I need to be healthy for myself. Also, like we're talking about having kids eventually, and it's like, yeah, I want my kids to be healthy. I don't want them to be fat and out of shape. So like I need to set the tone. I need to set the example. So like that starts now. Me getting into better shape now. That starts with, and like me finding healthier foods that I will eat and like that I maybe not haven't necessarily eaten in the past because I'm not a big fan of. Like let's figure it out. But like, dude, it's just crazy how your motivation changes as you get older. And like I think a big part of it is finding what that motivation is, because like it could be easy for me to just not know what that motivation is for me. Like I could very easily just not think about kids because that's years down the road. But like I wouldn't feel that same motivation. It's not like I'm 100% always preaching discipline, but like sometimes you need that extra motivation. And I think that's one thing as you get older, it's finding what that motivation needs to be for you and what you can lean on. Because like, yes, looking in the mirror and liking what I see is something that I want, but on the days where it's like shit, like I don't want to eat healthy, it's not as motivating as something like, man, like a couple of years from now or a few years from now, whenever we have kids, like I want them to lean on healthy habits and be good with that rather than just like leaning on eating a bunch of fucking shit like I have in the past. And there's still like a urge for me too when I'm stressed out. That's more motivating. But, anyways, egg sandwich is done. I'm gonna go crush this. Have a good one.